Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Aftermath here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, Gary the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about several stories of the day, including the recent congressional hearings for Secret Service and the weird connection that has to do with Sheila Jackson Lee. And then we are also going to discuss the recent hang on, there's actually two different things I'm trying to grab here real quick. Okay, that was one of them. I saw another one earlier. I was trying to find again now. Yeah, the other one is the recent murder of a woman named Sonya Massey in Illinois by some piece of shit cops, which apparently I guess there's more context to that story that I guess this woman was schizophrenic, which I didn't know about until now when I looked at this other article here about it. And but either way, those cops are telling it wrong is what it is, dude, because apparently the reason that she called him out there was she claimed that there was like a prowler outside of her place, and it was supposed to be a local PD that showed up, and then it turned out it was the sheriff's office that sent out a couple deputies, and it was basically these deputies, losing their shit. That's what it is on her. Well, first off, telling her to like go and get food off the stove so that it wasn't like a fire or anything like that. And then she apparently told the cop she was rebuking him in the name of Christ or something like that. And he's like, basically like, what the fuck did you say to me, bitch? And then just unloads on her ass pretty much after that. So it's all kinds of fucking crazy, man. Like, it really is just nutty shit, honestly. So, almost as nuts as the stuff going on with this congressional hearing today with Kimberly Chattel, where you have says breaking Secret Service Director Kimberly Chattel confirmed that Representative Sheila Jackson Lee was involved in the oversight of the Secret Service. Sheila passed away 6 days after the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. This is one of the strangest coincidences of the year. Like, I don't even believe it's coincidence anymore, dude. Like, this shit is fucking on purpose anymore, bro. Like, if they're not, like, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, they off Sheila Jackson Lee or anything like that, dude, but I mean, would it really put me surprised? Would I really put it past Democrats at this point to tie up every single loose end? Fuck no. And that's the entire point, dude. It's like, and the fact that you have Sheila basically announcing she had pancreatic cancer like a month or so ago is what it is now. Like, what better way to excuse her death than be like, oh, she just died of pancreatic cancer, and then meanwhile you have like we already know that the CIA has a heart attack gun thing it has for decades now at this point. Like, they could have easily just had somebody go to her fucking place and just like, however they would do it. I don't know if you just have, I'm not sure if you have to have like direct line of sight to point at somebody or whatever, or if it would just be them pointing at the house basically. And like her general vicinity of her bedroom, whatever the case be, that would cause her to have a heart attack then. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled that shit. I wouldn't be surprised if they just, figured out a way to be like, oh, we know she drinks this kind of drink or whatever the case be, and then just, slip a fucking, cocktail into a drink for that matter, or hell, if she was actually like that seriously like pancreatic cancer ridden and stuff like that, she may have been on some drugs, honestly, like an IV drip, or whatever the case be at the house. They could have just flipped a fucking bubble or something into the fucking IV is what it is at that point, dude. And it's just, blood, it would be just a burst embolism in her fucking system at that point then. It would just be an air bubble. So, yeah, like they could have done anything to take this woman out, honestly, if they really wanted to go that route. But yeah, it's real weird shit, honestly. But let's go ahead and hear what this Kimberly was saying here, though.
Sheila Jackson Lee. Miss Jackson Lee was always engaged in the oversight of the Secret Service, and her passing is a great loss to this body.
So she was saying that Sheila was always involved in the oversight of the Secret Service. Wow. Dude, that's fucking crazy. There's also this one somebody else put out here as well. I don't know if this is a better clip with a better audio or not. Let's go ahead and see if this is the same clip. I think it's the same clip, actually. Yeah, it says Secret Service Director Kimberly Challow confirmed in a hearing today that Democrat Representative Sheila Jackson Lee was heavily involved in oversight of the Secret Service. She was confirmed dead 6 days after the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Just a coincidence, right? Question mark. And then you actually look at what Sheila had as a ring there, and it's literally the one fucking pedophile symbol. So, yeah, I've been saying for decades, dude. Like, or at least about half a decade now, anyway. I think it's actually more like almost a decade at this point now. I've been saying for years now, anyway, for sure though, that you literally have pedophile rings both in the U.S. government and in Hollywood, dude. And a lot of times they'll interact with each other. What it is there, because you'll have the kids be taken from Hollywood and given to these people in fucking government. Is what it is then. Not to mention the fact we have thousands and thousands of missing children that have been crossing our border as minors right now. That just end up gone. They were just like there in the system one day and then gone the next, basically. So who's to say there's not, random secret rooms that people are, keeping kids to, molest later with this or something. So, anyway. I'll just say her condolences, Sheila Jackson Lee.
Was always engaged in the oversight of the Secret Service, and her passing is a great loss to this body.
Wow. Yeah, that's some fucking crazy shit, man. Yeah, apparently Sheila's ring meant boy lover. That's disgusting. On so many different levels, dude. See, and that's another thing, too, that this chick brought up as well. That Sheila's, last tweet, and that's the one I was talking about the other day with, that people were giving Laura Loomer shit over what it is, about responding back to her on the whole thing. Yeah, you literally had Sheila, supposedly in the last hours of her life, tweeting out, her hate for Trump, basically, is what it is, dude. And it's yeah, it seems very fucking suspicious on all fronts at that point, man. There's nothing that's not, like I said, it's all by design at this point, bro. It's all the fucking same anymore. I also agree with what the next comment said in that comment section there, which was, it's literally big ass Satan, Lucifer, as a giant demon on top of Capitol Hill there. It says, we're way past the swamp. Yep. As this guy said, there will be many more who suddenly disappear or step down due to, quote, illnesses. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that happening. I mean, hell, you got fucking Biden going MIA since basically, the last, whatever it is, week or so now. And then him supposedly signing a letter basically saying he's not going to be, running for re-election, but he's still maintain presidency right now. And hasn't been seen since that letter was signed. And it's, there's all kinds of evidence that's obviously not even his signature for that matter. So yeah, really weird shit in general, dude. And then on top of that, you also have, what was I going to say? Yeah, you also have Jill out there in Paris trying to get random donor support and shit like that. It's just very, very strange, dude. So I don't know. The whole thing just feels very fishy in general. And then even Alex Jones was talking about on one of his chats there on X earlier today. He said, has Biden actually been dead this entire time for the last week or so? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, dude. I mean, for God's sakes, the dude's been on so many dementia drugs, Parkinson's drugs, all this other stuff like that. This giant cocktail of, uppers, keepers, whatever you want to call them at that point, honestly. Just, keep him, functioning, essentially, is what it is there. Eventually that's going to wear on your body to the point where it's just going to shut down naturally, I believe. And it's and I know Vandrick was saying it earlier on Mass Chat, too, about how it's very possible that they just don't give Biden this drug cocktail for a day or two. So it is then whenever the handler, whoever it be, Jill Biden, Lincoln, whatever at that point, is just away. It's whoever just comes up to him and is like, Joe, wake up real quick. You got to sign this. And it's him just giving away the presidency or whatever the case be. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by it. One thing I do want to call out, though, and there was a couple people in the A's chat that was talking about how if Biden were to step down, Kamala would become president, and then they claim that Mike Johnson would go from speaker to vice president. That is not actually the case at all, people. by the 25th Amendment of the Constitution, because I was looking up earlier, because I was like, that doesn't sound right at all. I swear to God, it would be, whoever taking over or pick their own vice president at that point. And I was right, actually. When you actually look it up here, it was, this is from an article People Magazine put out today, actually, and it said, who would become VP if Biden resigned, how Kamala Harris' successor would be chosen. And it says 25th Amendment outlines steps that must be taken to fill a vacant vice presidency. Should Harris be sworn in as president? Which, by the way, neither Biden nor she should be sworn on as anything, dude, because they're both fucking cheating pieces of shit. Like, this is all, like, seriously. Every single thing that we're seeing right now is all null and void, dude. It's all asterisks on a fucking piece of paper at some point in the future. Like, Trump would never be 45 and 47, dude. He'd just be 45, period. Because there's never been a 46. There's never going to be a 47th. And if they claim there is, with, Kamala potentially, it's all a fucking lie, dude. It's all a bunch of cheating assholes who cannot legally hold anything in power in this country. And everything that they've been doing for the past 4 fucking years now is all null and void to begin with at that point. Like, seriously, everything that Biden has ever signed his fucking name to since 2021 should all be considered null and void at this point in history, dude. Because it fucking is. There is more than enough evidence to prove this man cheated his way into office, which is a high treasonous offense, should have been removed from office literally on January 20th for high treason. Same thing with Kamala. Actually, she didn't even got to that point because everybody that in Congress has certified their bullshit cheat should have been removed from office at that point too for high treason. Taking out the federal prison, et cetera, and so forth and so on. And yeah, it's a bunch of horseshit all the way around, dude, is what it is. So, but yeah, continuing on this, though, it said Biden's withdrawal of 2024 presidential race. Subsequent endorsement of Kamala for Democrat presidential nominee has sparked a number of questions, including whether he will choose to resign before his current term ends, which would create a vacancy in the administration, since according to the Constitution's 25th Amendment, if a president of the United States resigns from office, the vice president shall become president, at which point the new president, quote, shall nominate a vice president who shall take office upon confirmation by a majority vote of both houses of Congress. So both the House and the Senate would have to basically do majority and be like, okay, cool, like this person is now vice president. Yeah. So in other words, Biden opts out to leave the White House early. Harris, 59, will become president and would then nominate someone to take her place as vice president. That person's confirmation would require that both a Republican-controlled House and Democrat-controlled Senate. Wait, it's not Democrat-controlled, you fucking idiot. It's supposed to be a 50-50 split right now. What the hell? Would approve. Anyway, it says, as for who specifically the person would be, speculative at this point, many more than likely Harris would choose the same person she's eyeing for the 2024 running mate. The Speaker of the House, currently Representative Mike Johnson, is next in line to succession for the presidency. He would not be promoted to vice president. That line of succession only applies if both the president and vice president die or resign at the same time, in which case Johnson will become the commander-in-chief by default, is what it is there. So, yeah. So, yeah, there's that thing. And then, yeah, it said, what do I know? Yeah, so vice presidency was vacated back in the 1970s. October 12, 1973, Spiro Agnew resigned as vice president, leading President Richard Nixon to nominate House Majority Leader Gerald Ford as his successor. Oh, that's how Gerald Ford became VP. I didn't realize that one at all. That's interesting. Huh. Learn something new every day. Again, this is like, what, 12, 13 years before I was born, so that makes sense. I didn't realize that was ever a thing in this country. So, anyway, so the move came after Spiro was charged with bribery, conspiracy, and tax fraud and urged to leave administration. Said Agnew ultimately pleaded no contest to a single felony charge of tax evasion. Said Gerald Ford would go on to become the 30th president of the United States in August 1974, less than 1 year after being sworn in as vice president, when the Watergate scandal caused Nixon to resign as well. Really? That's how Gerald Ford became president in this country? Was the Watergate shit? That's interesting. Huh. That's really interesting, actually. So Ford then nominated former New York Governor Nelson Rockefeller to succeed him as VP. So on Sunday, July 21st, 81-year-old Biden endorsed Harris to lead the party in November, putting her in strong position with his delegates ahead of the Democrat National Convention. Biden's endorsement came moments after he announced in a statement that he would be withdrawing from the 2024 race. Yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous what it is, dude. Like, it's such a smack in the face of this country that these motherfuckers are acting like they control any goddamn thing at all here right now is what it is, dude. Like, I'm just so fucking sick of it, bro. I really am. I know everybody else is too, for that matter. I'm honestly just sick of hearing people say President Biden and Vice President. No, they're not, dude. They're fucking. Just call them like they are. It's fucking cheater Biden and cheater Harris. Legitimately, dude. It's two pieces of shit that cheated their way into fucking office and have no legal fucking authority to even be there to begin with. What it is. End of fucking story. Literally. Anyway, going back to the other story we're going to talk about today, which is the unifying moment in this country's history, which is the murder of Sonya Massey in Illinois. So yeah, cops killed this lady. This needs to be a literal spearhead moment in this country's history, dude, where we come together as a bunch of different races all together and say, you know what? Fuck these cops having qualified immunity ever again. Completely do away with that shit entirely. If you're gonna shoot at somebody, if you're gonna kill somebody that specifically called you to their house because of a fucking crime that they thought was going on outside of their place, and you kill them in cold blood, like, no, your ass goes down for murder, and anybody else involved in that one, whether it be your partner or whatever the case be, also gets tried with the crime too. Because that's the bullshit part of this whole thing, dude. The guy who actually fired the fatal shot, this cop who actually fired the fatal shot, the Sean guy, Sean Grayson, is actually being charged with murder in this situation, but yet his fucking partner isn't being charged with shit. And it's like, no, they need to lose qualified immunity too and be charged as accessory during and after the fact. And it kind of makes me wonder with this whole situation too, man. The fact that you had, them basically being like, thinking like, oh, she might be throwing like some boiling water on us and stuff like that, which, by the way, could kill you actually if it hits the right, places and stuff like that. Like if somebody like, flings a, pot of boiling water at you, whatever the case be, like it could very well, hit you in the face, mouth, etc., and like go down your, windpipe and stuff like that, and like cause you to have like serious like second, third, fourth degree burns in your windpipe and stuff like that, and cause you to actually, suffocate to death is what it'd be then, which has happened before. Honestly, I remember there was a video I was watching, or there was a show I was watching a couple years ago now. It was I think it was a Fear the Neighbor episode, if I'm not mistaken, and it was these two black women that lived in an apartment complex, and they were they had gotten into it for some reason or another, and you had the one who was like boiling water to make something or whatever it was, like ramen or something. That's what it was there. And what they do in a lot of prison systems, actually, especially over in the UK and stuff like that, is they'll take a bucket of boiling water, not bucket of boiling water, but they give them like little kettle things for tea and stuff. They'll take a little kettle thing, fill that with water, and then put a bunch of sugar in it. Because apparently when you throw that mixture of the sugar water on people that's boiling and stuff like that, it'll actually like solidify to your skin and cause you to burn longer and actually possibly kill you at that point then. And so that's what this woman did. She like literally ran back into place, knowing that the pot of boiling water was on the stove there, grabs a big old thing of sugar, just dumps a whole bunch of it in there, and then grabs the pot of water. And this chick at that time that she was like having issues with or whatever, already ran down the staircase of this apartment complex and was at the very bottom of it. And this chick just goes over towards the railing and just fucking dumps the water on top of her. And it did kill this woman, actually. Like, it was fucked up, bro. So, I'm not saying that that's not potentially a weapon, but the thing was, like, in this case, that Sonya woman was legitimately pouring the water out at that time into the sink, dude. Because she was making, like, macaroni or something, what it was there. So, yeah, it's just fucked up, man, in general. But this is what this thing says here. It says authorities released released footage of Illinois deputy Sean Grayson killing 36-year-old Chandra Massey, who called cops because she thought someone had tried to break into her home. Said horrific. Said Massey, who was a paranoid schizophrenic, was told to take boiling water off the stove by officers. When she went over, Massey asked why the officers were backing up, to which he responded, "Away from your hot, steaming water." I think he actually dropped an F-bomb on that one, though. So Massey appeared to be threatening to throw the water on the cops, which is when the cop pulled out their guns. Said, sorry, Massey said. They apologized. Said Grayson, who later said he thought she was going to throw water at him, then shot her 3 times, one hitting her under the eye, which exited through her neck. Says Grayson was arrested and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. He's being held without bond. Yeah, and this is where the whole thing is right there. I'm just like capping her there, dude. Like, it's just so fucked up, bro. It's so ridiculous what it is. Yeah, and she was actually on the phone. Like I said, she was actually on the phone there with local PD, because this was the sheriff's office guys that came out there, and apparently she wanted the local PD is what it is, which I'm guessing she actually had previous interactions with, maybe because of her schizophrenia. Who knows? But yeah, it's just ridiculous, dude. Is what it is. This happened back in a couple weeks ago, back on the 6th of July. And yeah, just kill her ass in cold blood, and then they're just like, fucking like, oh, you okay, bro? You okay, bro? Like, Jesus Christ, man. And like I said, she did the whole like rebuke you thing, is what it is there with the one cop. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was a couple things. Like, it might be, too, the fact these cops are just like, well, fuck this bitch, she wants local PD or whatever the case be. So, yeah, and then this Colin Ruck guy said, cop knew he messed up, listen to what he says, how he says it, and watch his body language. That's a man who knows he's guilty. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's fucking ridiculous what it is, dude. For real. And then you got the 9mm SMG account here saying, slowing it down. You can see she tries to throw water at him or whatever. Even still, dude, okay, this is the problem with our country right now, right? With cops in general, dude. It's like, you have non-lethal things, people. Like, you have tasers, you have, pepper spray / mace / OC, whatever they want to call it at that point. Fucking use the shit, man. You don't have to go lethal every fucking time, people. It's fucking disgusting, so it is, dude. Especially when she was the one that called them for help, man. Now, granted, it could have been her paranoid schizophrenia, making her see shit that wasn't there. Very possible. However, when she calls you and asks, like, hey, would you please help me? Like, pretty sure there's a prowler around my house. Like, dude, it's fucking ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure this is actually the cop that shot her ass right here, what it is. Yeah, she definitely, you can tell she's haggard as shit right there, dude, is what it is. For 36, like, goddamn, bro. Although it makes sense when you're probably 15, 20 years of your life having schizophrenic issues, would be my assumption there. So you're probably in and out of, like, institutions and stuff like that, or, drug cocktails to try to get your meds proper and stuff like that. Like, who knows, man. But anyway, just fucked up, though. Yeah, so it says here, it says, 2 deputies were at Massey's house responding to a 911 call. One deputy turned on his body cam when the first arrived on scene, but Grayson only activated his camera after shooting Massey. That's very interesting on that one then, man. Says prosecutors allege that Grayson ordered Massey to move a pot of water heating on the stove to the counter. Said Grayson then aggressively yelled at Massey over the pot and pulled his 9mm pistol. So Massey then put her hands in the air, declaring sorry, and ducked for cover before being shot in the face. So Grayson also discouraged the other deputy from getting his medical kit. Oh my god, dude, this guy is so fucking guilty. So the other deputy still rendered aid and stayed with Massey until medical help arrived. First Assistant State's Attorney Mary Rogers wrote, said Grayson at no time attempted to render aid to Miss Massey. Yeah, that dude's guilty as fuck, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. What a sick piece of shit, dude. That guy probably was demonically possessed, honestly, dude. Like, I agree with what Matt's panel was saying, dude. Like, maybe that guy was a fucking demon. Not only that, but the fact that he showed up and refused to, like, even turn his fucking camera on, like, oh, man. And as I called it earlier on in the network's moniker there on X, I said, will this be what leads to 2024 race riots in this country? I really hope not, dude. Yeah, people saying it right now. Rise 2024 commence right on schedule. I really hope not, because like I said, I would like to see us be a unifying moment, dude. Like, Americans across the board right now being like, yes, there are bad cops out here. Yes, it's time to end qualified immunity across the board right now. It should not get it by default. Like, as you or I as citizens, we don't get that shit. So why the fuck should a fucking law enforcement officer in this country do? Why the fuck should a police officer in this country, not even a law enforcement, because they're not enforcing the laws, dude. They're enforcing a lot of unjust bullshit many times. So it is there, and that's why you've had it go from police officer to law enforcement officer now over the past like 20, 30 years now when they started militarizing the cops. So it is now. It's just like the same bullshit where cops don't need fucking Bearcats and MRAPs and all this other fucking militarized equipment in their fucking police stations, dude. Like, demilitarize the fucking cops, bro. Seriously. It's ridiculous. Like that fucking, those dickhead cops back in 2020 where you had all the people that were here in downtown Canton area, and this was like, I don't know, like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night or something like that. They were going back home, by the way, through this neighborhood because they had just left a rally thing that they were actually doing. They were actually doing a peaceful rally at that point, dude. It wasn't really a protest. It was more like a peaceful rally at that point, you know. They're in Canton over the whole, you know, fentanyl Floyd thing, everything like that's what it was. And they were just randomly, all these people were just randomly walking down the street, sidewalk and stuff like that, back to their homes because it was, you know, an actual, you know, neighborhood full of houses is what it was there. And you had these dickhead cops and fucking Bearcat being like, move faster, motherfuckers. And then you have this one dipshit literally fucking pop up like the fucking old whack-a-mole shit there and pulls out this big old can of OC and just starts fucking spraying the crowd on the sidewalk, dude, for no reason at all. Because they were so-called walking too slowly for his fucking opinion. And it's like, dude, fuck you, man. Like, this is what I'm saying. It's these kind of little fucking faggot-ass cops like that, dude. They need to never be on the fucking force ever again is what it is. Because they are, dude. They are fucking dickless little pieces of shit who have absolutely no business being on the fucking police force is what it is in this country, dude. In many cases, most of these little punk asses are under the age of 25 for them. And it's like those little pieces of shit that were on the that Scorpion unit there in Tennessee that killed that Tyree Nichols guy. At least two of those assholes were fucking felons who had the bars lowered for them at least 2 or 3 fucking times to get on the police force after the 2020 riots and all these cops resigning en masse. They were actually decent cops at that time. Because they didn't want to be fucking thrown on the bus too with the rest of these jerk-offs is what it is, dude. But that's really the problem with the country entirely, dude, is you have these fucking people that's whole, you know, the whole back to blue bullshit. And it's the back to brotherhood at that point where it's like, oh yeah, it's basically you versus everybody else. And it's that them versus us mentality that they fucking started entirely in this country, dude. It's like, no, cut the shit, motherfucker. You are put in a position of power, a position of authority by the will of the fucking people to protect the people of this country. I know SCOTUS made that stupid fucking ruling that police don't have a right, don't have the actual legal means to protect you, or whatever the case. Feel like they don't have to, they don't want to, basically. And it's like, that's bullshit too as well, dude, because it's like the entire point of policing in this country from the start to the finish of it was meant to protect and serve the people, to save a person in danger, etc., etc. And it's like, if you're not going to do that, then you're asking to qualify immunity. End of story, dude. If you're going to go to somebody's house that's calling you for help because they're pretty sure there's somebody outside prowling around their fucking home trying to break in, and you're going to kill them as the fucking potential victim? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is what I'm saying. This is the kind of shit that fucking pisses me off, dude. Because it's people trying to fuck with you every single time. It's like that time 5 years ago when the feds tried to fuck with me, dude. Like, it could have easily been a situation where you had these fucking dickheads trying to beat my fucking door, and I have no idea who's behind the door, dude, because they didn't fucking call my house is what it is. So they're fucking sitting there beating on my doors and windows. What's my first instinct? Go to the fucking door armed. And thank God they had left by that point, because if they had still been here, dude, I guarantee I probably wouldn't be. Because I'd have had a gun in my fucking hand, and they would have fucking pulled theirs real quick and probably capped my ass, is my guess. And I would have had no idea what the fuck just happened. I'd be in heaven at that point then. All because some fucking piece of shit ass little Fed boys couldn't understand what a fucking what if scenario was. And then admit to me after the fact, they're like, oh, we're not going to get anything on this guy because he's autistic as fuck and he knows what the hell the Constitution is and actually learns about it, dude, and is able to recite it back. and understand the meaning of it, unlike their piece of shit fucking oath-breaking asses. Like I said, I'm still really pissed about that right now because I should be able to buy this place right now with those assholes' pensions. Because I should have taken both their pensions in a fucking lawsuit at that time, dude. And if I had thought better of what I would have got a lawyer on the phone and been like, yeah, these two fucking dickhead feds just tried to fuck with my freedom. I want to sue the shit out of them and take their pensions. Like, can y'all help me do that? Or really, it should have been if I had known exactly what it was going to be about that day, I would have actually had a thing where I would have already had a lawyer standing right next to me, and that guy would have basically handed them like fucking, paperwork and been like, yeah, we'll see your asses in court, dude, and your jobs. Fuck you. So, anyway. Yeah, and then you got idiots in the comment section here for this, that Sonya woman saying if she threw the water or not on that one. It's fucking pathetic what it is, dude. So, it's like, who gives a shit if you toss her or not, dude? Yeah, so you guys, Eric Gass saying, as I said before, there are very few competent people who want to be law enforcement. Yeah, exactly. This Andy kid said they should not have killed her. This is an issue of a flawed training process, not a race issue. This is what needs to be talked about, how we can better train our officers to protect and serve. Well, again, and I think a lot of that starts with unqualified immunity in this country, honestly, because why would you give them the ability to literally have a kill pass, pretty much in this case, when they kill people in cold blood every single day, dude? And God, like, here's the thing, right? The fact that you had that piece of shit Sean guy who was the cop there, not even turn on his fucking body cam until after he fires the fatal shots, dude. Like, that right there is covering up evidence, bro. 100%. Like, I guarantee that's one of the reasons why he's being charged with murder in this case, because he didn't even bother turning on the fucking body cam until after the fact. And it makes you wonder, right? Like, because mind you, body cams have not been standard issue in this country until, like, maybe 10 years ago or so, give or take. So going back, let's say 20 years at this point, 25 years even, mid-90s to early 2000s, somewhere in there. How many people were being unjustly killed by cops then, and then had evidence planted on them after the fact to make it look like they maybe shot first, or they, have like a drop knife on the cop's ankle or something like that. They can just wipe down or whatever, and then just put on the fucking suspect. Hell, maybe even cut their hand a little bit, or cut like a, like poke themselves in the leg or something like that is what it is there, to get a little blood on the knife and stuff like that. And be like, yeah, they tried to poke me, and here's the knife wound, or whatever the case be. And then it's just justifiable homicide at that point by the cops. It's not like there's not video footage of all these other cops out there fucking planting drugs on people all the time, dude. I remember there was one a while ago. It was, I forget how many years ago it was now, but it was when body cams were first becoming a huge thing back then. And you had the cop hit his body cam thing, which apparently, in that case, for some reason, it like did like a weird record on it, like 30 seconds in the past or something, to where when you hit the button, it like automatically has like a pre-recorded like 30 seconds with no audio or something like that. And yeah, it was him. They had caught a suspect or something, I guess, in this area that the guy claimed there was like drugs in it, whatever the case be. Then ran over to the area, literally throws a bag of drugs into like a bunch of like random debris and stuff like that, like pallets and shit that were in this like behind this building or something like that. And then conveniently finds the suspect's drugs right where he fucking tossed them. And then that's where the body cam footage came in when they like reviewed the whole thing, and it's like, you motherfucker, you're planting drugs on this dude. And then it turned out he'd done that like a bunch of times before that, I guess. And yeah, you had like 30 or 40 convictions overturned by random innocent people at that point, because he was trying to bust these dudes with like drugs and stuff like that when they were doing when in some cases they were doing other crime that was like lesser crimes that would have got them, less times what it is. They're maybe misdemeanor, so a felony or whatever the case be. But instead he's sitting there, planting little baggies of fucking felony coke on him or something like that is what it is, dude. Or it's like that other video footage of the that one piece of shit cop, I think it was Florida someplace or whatever, where you just see him walk away from this dude's car and then like turn back and just like toss a bag in his back seat. And it's like, I'm pretty sure I smell drugs in here. And the guy's like, motherfucker, I just caught you on camera planting this shit in my vehicle. Because the dude was recording on his phone or whatever it was there. And like that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like it's so fucked up. Like there's enough evil in this world, there's enough bad in this world, dude, that you don't gotta go planting evidence on fucking innocent people to make a arrest at that point. You have enough people that can be arrested otherwise. Hell, if you wanted to really be a good oath-keeping police officer in this country, you would do your actual job and go arrest fucking criminalized politicians on the crimes they're committing, dude, instead of random everyday Americans. Because there's so many people in our position of power right now, at state levels, at federal levels, etc., every single day committing racial rights of law. You know, whether it be attacks on gun rights, whether it be attacks on human life, whatever the case be, like it's stuff they should all be removed from office for as a misdemeanor charge. And eventually when you stack those up, 50, 60 times in a row, like it really should add up to a couple felonies at that point then. So, yeah, it's just fucked up shit in general, dude. And I'm so fucking sick and tired of all of it. Because it's just so, dude. And the fact you have people trying to defend this piece of shit ass cop in Illinois and be like, oh no, he did nothing wrong. It's like, yes, he fucking did. He killed a woman in cold blood, dude. And then trying to justify like his actions by being like, oh, she was totally gonna throw that boiling pot of water on him. Like the fuck she was, dude. Seriously, the motherfucker literally told her to go over and take it off the fucking stove, man. Like, how the hell are you gonna say she's gonna chuck it on him? That's fucking retarded. That is some fucking retard logic across the board right there, dude, is what that is. It's pathetic is what it is, honestly. It's disgusting. Shit makes me sick. Like, I've really just fucking had it across the board now, dude. I really have. Like, there's zero reason for any of this bullshit anymore, dude. Like, absolutely zero reason for this shit. And the fact that you have to have people having debates about, like, oh, was it justified? Was it not justified? No, it was not justified, dude. That's the entire fucking point. It was clearly cold-blooded fucking murder. End of story. Like, simple as that, literally, dude. Like I said, it's so infuriating, man. And the fact you got a bunch of dumbasses that are still trying to justify the shit is just like, what the hell does it matter with you as a human being now, dude? Like, I feel like, truthfully, there's a lot wrong with those people as a whole, man, when they're sitting there trying to justify that crap. So, and again, it really shows the wickedness of our society right now, dude. It shows the demonic evil of our society. It shows how people are continuing to try to fucking destroy our nation. Rot the soul of our nation in this out is what it is there, man. So, yeah, just really fucked up stuff in general. I don't even know where we go from here anymore, man. I really don't. I think we're just heading towards a really fucked up time in human history right now is what it is. And I do truly believe it's going to get worse and worse and worse before it gets better. And God forbid we actually make it to an election this year. It's going to be some crazy shit, man, for sure. And I believe, honestly, like, this is a sad fact. Like, they're gonna try to divide us every way they can right now. Like, there's a reason why this kind of shit is finally making the rounds now, dude. It's because they're trying to create a fucking race war in this country. The powers that shouldn't be is what it is. And if they can pull that shit off and they succeed in that, like, oh my god, man. Like, we are screwed as a nation. 100%. 100%. So, anyway. Other than that, though, I think that's pretty much where I'm at for the day right now. I don't think there's really much else I want to talk about, but let me go check just to confirm on that one. So let me go check out Breitbart real quick and see if there's anything I want to mention on that one. Okay, I guess we'll mention this one. I guess apparently JD did a exclusive interview with Breitbart News there, where he was talking about oligarchy has deep disregard for voters. Talking about it was the Democrats ousting Biden. You got a report: Biden quit after Dems threatened to invoke 25th Amendment on him. Harris campaign set record, brings in 81 million within 24 hours. We got Soros, billionaire donors, how to bankroll run. Of course, they fucking do. You got U.S. Secret Service chattel says no radio communications were recorded on Trump shooting day. Of course, that bitch committed perjury, by the way. We got Netanyahu lands in the U.S. Biden and Kamala absent from how to grieve his ass. Maryland Governor Wes Moore shocked, being president a black job. The fuck? What kind of retarded shit is that, dude? Go fuck yourself, you fucking racist black supremacist asshole. Seriously, how the fuck did this DEI hire a piece of shit ever get in the fucking Maryland governor's office, dude? Oh yeah, that's right, because literally the state of Maryland is controlled by fucking Baltimore, one of the biggest shithole fucking black on black crime areas in this entire fucking nation, dude. There's a reason why it's one of the murder capitals of the fucking country, dude. What a fucking complete asswipe, dude. Yeah, this fucking retard wrote on X. Donald Trump was about to find out that being president of the United States is a black job. Well, first off, your dumb cunt friend Kamala there isn't even black, you fucking clown. She is half Indian, half Jamaican, which I guess technically Jamaican is a variation of black, but still, it would be mixed race at that point then. It would be more Pacific. It would be more Asian Pacific is what it actually would be described as then. So. In fact, I'm gonna go call that fucker out on X right now. I'm gonna call him the black most piece of shit he is right now, dude. So, yeah, everybody's calling him out too at that point. Good. Everybody should be. Fuck that fucking guy. Yeah, that dude's a real giant cocksmoker, man. Seriously. Some fucking retarded ass bullshit from good old Wes Moore there. I'll tell you what, man. Maryland really is a lost cause at this point as a state. And it's people like Wes Moore, the exact reason why. Which is pretty sad, too, because Maryland, I believe, was one of the original 13 colonies. So that actually should be a good place to go, but nah. Nah, it's just become this ghetto shithole of a state right now, it is, dude. For the most part. Which makes logical sense, given, again, when you got the same idiots voting the same morons into power for, 50 fucking years. What do you really expect to have happen there? So. Yeah, the people are calling out that jackass West there saying everything's about race with you guys. Because that's the thing, they have no other fucking thing in their book. They have no other fucking card in their deck to play. It's always going to be the fucking race card every single fucking time. I've talked about this ad nauseum before. It's just like the exact same bullshit they pull here every single fucking time when they're pushing for gun control and stuff like that, dude. And they're all like, oh, but now we need this bullshit or that bullshit or some other stupid bullshit. And I swear to God, bro, every single mother, it is literally time after time after time after time after time, them pushing racial crap, whether it be attack gun rights, whether it be attack human life, all that stuff like that. I mean, hell, there's reasons why I've talked about ex-state rep here, black woman Janine Boyd, literally saying when we were pushing a heartbeat bill in the state of Ohio, this is back about probably 8-9 years ago, give or take now, and she was trying to cite slavery for why black women should be exempt and be able to kill kids in the womb. It's like, are you fucking retarded, bitch? Or are you just high as a goddamn kite at that point? And yeah, it's all fucking race grifting bullshit is what it is, dude. By a bunch of racist ass Democrats in this country. And I'm just fucking sick of their asses, man. Really, I am. I just had all these motherfuckers across the board at this point, dude. So, anyway. And like I said, a lot of times because I'm having to fight these assholes on a daily basis for fucking gun rights in this state and across this country because they're the fucking idiots always pushing the damn shit is what it is, dude. To attack our gun rights, to take our fucking guns because they're a bunch of tyrant assholes. And a bunch of Hitler wannabes is what it is there. I mean, hell, half of them prescribed to Mao's fucking China crap is what it is there, dude, for that socialist communist regime of dictatorships and stuff. So, is it really any surprise we're seeing this stupid bullshit from these retards now? No, it's not. And that's the entire point. And the real problem, again, like I said. So, anyway. But, yeah, other than that, though, that's pretty much what we're going to be at for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see y'all on the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant. Always be caring because you never know when some tyrant piece of shit is going to be, pushing their tyrannical garbage on you and everybody else then. And you may have to fight back against that tyranny. And it's really as simple as that. Peace out, everybody. Later.